Seasonable weather that we've been dealing with the last few days.
Very seasonable. But that is about to end because the south wind's really starting to kick up. In fact, we could have southerly winds, maybe even up to 20 miles per hour as we approach this weekend, just bringing more heat and a little bit more humidity back to the area. I hope you've enjoyed the past few days. We've had lower humidity. Yeah, it can get warm in the afternoons. It's still early mid-September, so of course we can still get warm, but it hasn't felt as oppressive as you think back towards July and parts of August. But high pressure is locked in place. It's a little bit farther towards our east now. We're on the west side, so we get that south wind, and that south wind is just going to intensify the next couple of days. The front that gave us some of the cooler fall-like weather the past couple of days is now moving off towards the east and slowly washing out as it hits the Atlantic coast. Now we're watching more storms and showers. Much of the Rockies getting the rain right now. That's that monsoonal effect. But the problem is, as they move eastbound, they start to hit this high pressure system and they just start to fade away. In fact, this high pressure system is strengthening so much to the point that any system that hits the Pacific coast, it has to be forced to go around it, maybe hitting the northern plains and to the Great Lakes and northeast. But here at home, not a lot of weather systems are going to be able to make its way here to Arkansas and Oklahoma for probably the foreseeable future. We got a lot of clear skies tonight. It's going to be a beautiful evening. We're still sitting at 90 in Fort Smith. We'll be in the 80s here in the next 30 to 45 minutes. We're in the 80s in northwest Arkansas right now, light southeast wind, and that will just increase the next couple of days. However, on top of that, you might have noticed last night the sunset was a little bit extra orange, and the moon rises and moon sets, they've been especially orange. The reason why is we've got a lot of wildfires in parts of the Pacific Northwest, northern Rockies, and parts of northern U.S. and in the Canadian territories as well. A lot of that smoke is moving into the U.S. heartland, and some of it even comes right here to Arkansas and Oklahoma. So we got a little bit of wildfire smoke. A few of us may be even able to smell it. Some folks who are a little bit more sensitive to some of the smoke. So keep that in mind. But the big story will be the heat and the south wind coming back the next couple of days. But I tell you what, check out some of these moon rises that we're going to have the next couple of nights and moon sets in the mornings. They're so orange because of that wildfire smoke. All those wildfires are out towards the west, and we've got this plume of smoke that's mainly hitting the Corn Belt and the northern plains, but we're right on the southern tip, and so we're not getting the most amount of smoke, but we're getting just enough to make things a little extra orange. I think we've got a wave for this evening and through tomorrow, and then maybe a little bit clearer for the end of the week. Clear skies lead to a lot of sun, lead to a lot of heat. We've got more 80s tomorrow, more 80s and maybe low 90s in the River Valley once again for your forecast as that south wind slowly comes on back. Essentially what you need to know is that the weather is about going to be the same day after day, but every day we just get a touch warmer as we push towards the weekend. There are just no systems heading in. We could use a little bit of rain. In fact, right now, northwest Arkansas, the metros have been canceled for their drought conditions, but don't be surprised if we don't get a system here
in the next couple of weeks.
That could come right back.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Matt, thanks.
Well, residents along the West Coast are picking up pieces after Tropical Storm K.
Yeah, speaking of a lot of rainfall, the dramatic close call one California man had with a mudslide.